Life on Earth, you know, the plants, the animals, us lot watching telly, it all depends on the sun. Without it, none of this would be possible. The sun is the heart of our solar system, the very essence of our existence. This big ball of burning gas is the reason we're not all freezing our backsides off in the depths of space. It's a massive nuclear reactor, constantly fusing hydrogen into helium, releasing an immense amount of energy. It's our very own cosmic furnace, providing the light and heat we need to thrive. Without its warmth, Earth would be a cold, lifeless rock floating in the void. The sun's energy drives our weather, fuels our plants, and keeps our oceans liquid. We're rather fond of it, wouldn't you say? From the golden hues of a sunset to the joy of a sunny day at the beach, the sun shapes our daily lives in countless ways. But have you ever wondered what would happen if we swapped our sun for a different star? How would our lives change? Would we even survive such a drastic shift? Would we be sunbathing under a red dwarf or dodging solar flares from a supergiant? Each type of star has its own unique characteristics and challenges. Let's dive into the cosmic toolbox and have a look, shall we? Exploring the vast array of stars out there can give us a better appreciation of our own sun and the delicate balance that makes life on Earth possible. The universe is a big place, full of all sorts of stars, each with its own quirks and personality. Just like us here in Yorkshire. There are red dwarfs, the cool kids on the block, smaller and cooler than our sun. Then we've got white dwarfs, the pensioners of the cosmos, small but mighty hot, like your nan's cooking. And let's not forget the supergiants, the real attention seekers, massive and incredibly bright, like a cosmic rave you can see for light years. So let's imagine we swap our sun for a red dwarf. This tiny star, though common in the universe, would bring some big changes to our daily lives. Now, red dwarfs are a bit stingy with their energy, emitting only a fraction of the light and heat our sun provides. They're like that mate who never puts their hand in their pocket for the pub, always holding back. They're much cooler than our sun, so Earth would become a bit chilly, to say the least. Imagine a world where ice and snow dominate the landscape. We'd be huddled around the fire with the penguins trying to keep warm. Our winters would be harsher and longer. And forget about photosynthesis. Plants wouldn't be too happy with the lack of light. Our food supply would be drastically affected. It'd be like living in perpetual twilight. Not ideal for a nice cuppa in the garden. The dim light would cast long shadows, making everything look eerie and surreal. We'd have to adapt to a colder, darker world, bundling up in layers just to step outside. Life as we know it would change dramatically. Section 4, White Dwarf Sun, a tiny blazing surprise. Now what about a white dwarf? These little fellas are like the embers of a dying fire, small but incredibly hot. If we had a white dwarf as our sun, well, let's just say we'd be needing factor 5,000 sunscreen. The intense heat would likely boil away our oceans and turn Earth into a giant crisp. Not exactly the best conditions for a Sunday roast, is it? Section 5, Supergiant Sun, gone in a flash. And then there are the supergiants, the rock stars of the universe. These colossal stars are not just big, they are absolutely massive, dwarfing our own sun by a staggering margin. These behemoths are so big that if we plopped one where the sun is now, it would swallow up Earth and everything else in the solar system. Imagine a star so vast that it could encompass the orbits of Mercury, Venus, Earth, and even Mars. Talk about a bad hair day. The sheer scale of these stars is mind-boggling. Supergiants live fast and die young, exploding as supernovae after a few million years. Their lifespans are incredibly short compared to our sun, which will shine for billions of years. It'd be a spectacular show, but we wouldn't be around to see it, which would be a bit of a shame. The explosion would outshine entire galaxies for a brief moment. A final, brilliant farewell. Section 6, the Goldilocks Zone. Why the sun is just right. So as you can see, we're rather lucky to have our sun. It's just the right size, temperature, and distance to support life on Earth. It's like that perfect cup of tea, not too hot, not too cold, just right. We're in what astronomers call the Goldilocks zone. the habitable zone around a star where conditions are just right for liquid water, and therefore life as we know it. Section 7. Conclusion. Don't fix what ain't broken. It's fascinating to think about what would happen if we replaced the sun with a different star. But it also makes you appreciate what we have, doesn't it? Our sun might not be the biggest or brightest star in the universe, but it's ours, and it's perfect for us. So next time you're out and about, give a little nod to the sun. It's doing a grand job, that lad.